here a couple of times for work. So for vacation, I had the opportunity to go to the Camino is a way wish list. This kind of initiative will bring impact with different people, not only the engineers and the executives, for any kind. I will be keenly observing the infrastructure, particularly how the energy is used and conserving on the way. As an engineer, maybe my approach is to planning the Camino involving all the personal and motivational preparation in personal goals and professional side. For me, it's more like between personal and professional motivations. Personally, as you probably recall, I'm drawn to the natural beauty of the opportunity to immerse myself in nature.
Hello, pilgrims. Thank you again for watching us at the Way to Your Way podcast. We have today here an special guest. He is a very old friend of mine, and he is an electrical engineer. But we're gonna leave him to talk about. So, welcome, Andres. How are you doing today?
Hi, Brian. Thank you. Yes, we're very old friends, the white hair top face off. We met at the university, so a couple of years ago. Very nice to be here with you. Thank you for the invitation and to be part of this very nice program that you have.
Okay, thank you very much, Andres. So we're going to be talking today about what the Camino de Santiago is. I understand that you have not done the Camino, but at some point you would like to do that Camino. So my first question to you, what would be the reason that would make you to make the Camino in the future? What would you consider that to do it in the future?
That's a great question. In fact, I really like that you already have this adventure of the Camino Wonders, and my inspiration is that I know a lot of people like you that already did the Camino. And for me, it's more like a blend between personal and professional motivations. Personally, as you probably recall, I'm drawn to the natural beauty of the opportunity to immerse myself in nature, which is totally aligned with my passion to do hiking, mountain biking, being outdoors. And as you recall, I used to be part of a rescue team at the university and used to hike a lot and being very active on conservation kind of activities and since then. So professionally speaking, I see that it is a chance to explore sustainability practice and how we can check context around it. But personally speaking, I believe that this is the most important inspiration because I'm living in like a chapter like you and several other people where we already become parents. Our children is they are moving out from the house, so we need to recount a couple of things and check how I can meet my wife again. So for me, from the personal point of view, it is something that I feel will help people to reconnect with themselves. And in my case, with my wife, it would be amazing to do that together.
Yeah, you're gonna have a great opportunity to do that when you have time to do the Camino because you're gonna be all together all the time walking, and you're gonna have time, plenty of time to do a lot of things. So okay, well, but talking also about the professional part because I don't know if you know, but the Camino related a lot with what we do usually at work, and you as an executive and that you've been working for so long. What would you say that the similarities that you see on the Camino and on a regular day at work with your team, for example?
Well, that's a good question. I believe that. Well, first of all, as you say, I didn't did the Camino before. So what I can tell you is that as an engineer, maybe my approach is to planning the Camino involving all the personal and motivational preparation in personal goals and professional side. So on that way, what I believe that I will need to do is to do the same that I did in my entire professional career. So be ready. So you need to prepare yourself for okay, what is the journey about? Not only from the standpoint of view that you need to be in a very good health and physically prepared in order to work, more on the mindset. So how you can prepare yourself to do it and get everything that you're looking for. So I believe that this is something that we I will be following on that way, and also for sure checking how I can connect with people there. Something that I love. As I understand, there are a couple of people from different nationalities going to the Camino and doing the Camino. So this is something that I really love, having the cultural experiences and learn from people from different parts of the world are part of the thing that also being good to see, as I see that the Camino is a very touristic place where you can have the opportunity to meet with different people from different backgrounds.
Correct. But all that you say is very good, but how you relate that with your work environment?
With my work environment, what I believe on the professional point of view, I believe that this is from the engineering perspective what you mean. So my background is analytical engineer and telecommunication. Maybe will potentially influence my experience on the Camino for sure. I will be keenly observing the infrastructure, particularly how the energy is used and conserved along the way. These may include the renewable energy resources that the different infrastructures across the way are using. This maybe include the use of renewable energy resources, how they can use efficiency lighting and other sustainability practice, like the way that they're building the infrastructure across the Camino. And I also heard that the Camino have several sustainability initiatives, which capture my attention from the professional standpoint of view and the curiosity as an engineer to see what the government is influencing in the different ways across all the infrastructure. I heard that they have several initiatives like promote how they can reduce the use of water, for example, how they can increase energy savings, how they can, in some way, do some kind of waste management practices. So those are the type of things that I really love to see in terms of how they can reduce energy consumption and greenhouse
Yeah, there are a
emissions
lot
along
of
the Camino.
improvement that can be made looking into those issues while you're walking the Camino. And there are ideas that can come to your mind that say, well, maybe if they do this or instead this, they can save a lot of money, for example.
Yeah.
Okay, and then talking about telecommunication, because you just mentioned telecommunications and the new technology. Right now, I believe that we're using 5G right now, and I don't understand that very well about the communication, but the 5G I understand that is the capability that your cell phone is working with the antennas. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. But I believe that is also from the electrical and the energy standpoint of view, what I see that and as I said, the sustainability along the Camino is what I potentially will be looking for. So I will looking after how the various are facility the management of the energy and consumption that they have from the telecommunication standpoint of view. I am not sure about if you have entire coverage across the different ways or even the routes that you are going, even working or doing some kind of hiking. So if you have at some point issues with where I am or how do you need to connect with emergency response teams in order to support you because you're lost, something that is very relevant that I bring to my mind is like with 5G now and the new phones, the new technology allows you to get communication through the satellite coverage. So in fact, recently people that were lost in the middle of nowhere, they were able to make a call, an emergency call, and also activate the phone in order to be sure that everybody find themselves. So that's one of the applications that is starting to be available with 5G. It's a brand new technology that just started a couple of years ago, and it is totally independent on the antennas and the traditional coverage that the telecommunication networks already have in place.
So the new phones that are going to the market, those already have those installed.
Yeah, most of the phone already cover that. So, for example, if you notice, I don't know what phone you have, but if you like to use an iPhone, The latest ones already allow you to turn off the signal like you are traveling and you still see like an SOS mode. That means that you can make a 5G call through the satellite coverage. This is something that has been coverage in North America. Not sure about uh, that kind of coverage across the globe. I'm sure that in Europe is also available because as you know, I was managing in my role the telecommunication environment across the globe. But yes, this is part of the things that the technology is bringing to the table, and that brings my that to my attention. So, well, if I work there and I will have any kind of issue, I really want to do it being totally disconnected. I really don't want to have any kind of influence from anybody pinging me or trying to chat with me. But I want to be with something in my hand that allow me to be located if I have some issues.
Yes, but then the good thing about that and is that with all that has happened and that the Camino have been walked more than 1,000 years, is that there are a lot of infrastructure around the Camino that you're gonna be walking. That means that probably depend of the Camino that you're walking, like every 4 5 kilometers you're gonna find a restaurant, a place to have a cup of wine, a cafe. So
That's
that's
right.
nice. So and then in the worst case scenario, so getting lost in the Camino as of right now is really difficult to that happen. Of course, depend of the Camino that you're walking, because the Caminos today are very well signed, and that means that you like every 250 meters, you're gonna find what the sign say. Well, the Camino is on that direction.
That's amazing. So that means that I will leave my iPhone, my Apple Watch, and everything. I will be totally
But
disconnected.
even if that happen, because that may happen as well, so you people can help you out also. But then in the worst case scenario, the services that we provide include a phone number that is 24/7 that you can contact the phone number and say, "Well, I'm lost." So they're gonna help you find a solution.
Well, that's why we need people like you to tell us what are the kind of experience that you can have or that you want to have. I want to be totally unplugged, which means no phone, no laptop, not any kind of bracelet, no bracelet that actually
Okay, that's nice.
uh,
Well, Andres, I know that you need to leave and you were with us just a little bit, but we appreciate a lot the time that you have been talking to us. And when you consider the Camino, definitely let us know. We're gonna be helping you out to plan your route in a way that you're gonna like a lot what you're gonna see over there, and that you're gonna enjoy your time. And that's the idea, and that's part of what we're doing with our podcast here.
yeah, I appreciate what you're doing, Efra, because this kind of initiative will create impact with different people, not only for the engineers and the executives, for any kind of people. So as a parent, it is inspiring me from the personal point of view more than the professional point of view, to be very clear. And that's something that everybody must be following up. So for sure, I will be contacting you to prepare my visit to the Camino. And I've been in Europe a couple of times for work and also for vacations, but never had the opportunity to go to the Camino, and it's already in my wish list. It's something that I plan to do soon.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy it definitely. And then this next year we're going to our third time, so that's nice. And for you pilgrims, thank you very much for watching us. Please leave your comments on the comment section and ask your question. That way we know what topics we need to cover in future episodes. So buen camino, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, Efra.